hold on. I gotta
See,
find my
ladies, Donna uses more than one screen.
use three screens.
Can't even manage one, Angie. Let's just stick with me for one. I'll let you have the two, and Donna can have three. Both of
Okay,
you.
we are
I had three
recording.
at one time.
Yeah. Now that I have three, I don't know how I could go back to just
Isn't that
one
the
screen.
truth? Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
Are you
Okay,
ready for me?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Well, good evening, ladies. This is Rita Krause, future executive senior director from Great Bend, Kansas. But I just happen to be in Salina tonight. The thing that we love about our job the most is the flexibility. And I have the other privilege that I love the most is working with directors like this Donna Bays. And let me tell you how special she is. She joined Mary Kay in 1977 at 26 years old. Can you even remember that, Donna? And she's been in Mary Kay 48 years. So this woman has experience. She's got wisdom. She's got it all. She's been a sales director for 44 of those 48 years. She's been a star consultant over 100 different quarters, earned 13 Mary Kay cars. She's been in the Queen Court of Sales many times and earned 9 gold medals. She's also been a unit achievement. Her unit has been a Circle of Excel or Circle of Achievement Award winners, and her favorite part of all of her accolades is last year, Donna Bay Scott was named our March Miss Go Give from the Mary Kay corporate headquarters. That is a really, really big deal. In fact, no one else in our little group of directors that we know have ever had that happen. So, yay, congratulations to her and that.
Yeah.
And to listen, I'll just tell you what, this is the reason that she is doing this. This is the reason she's Miss Go Give. She is one of those people who gives of her heart, her time, and her talents. So we are excited to learn about, take it over, Donna.
Okay, well, Rita, I don't know how this really got started, but Rita was asking me about my virtual facials. So that's what she asked me to do. And, you know, I've been there, done it all. I carried my bags. I drove 2 hours. I've stood on porches and knocked on the door after having driven 2 hours and had them peek out the window and not answer the door. I mean, everything that bad that could happen has happened to me over the years. And I moved to a new town. I've moved like 7 or 8 times since I started my Mary Kay business. I would have loved to have stayed in one spot and kept customers, um, for longevity like that. I actually, the third move I made as a Mary Kay consultant was to Great Bend, Kansas, where I met most of you girls. And I still have a customer who has bought from me since I wasn't even a director when I had a party with her. So she is my number one customer, uses everything. I have a credit card on file. She just tells me what to send. And she has spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars with me. On an average, she probably buys 2,500 a year. So think of 40 some years of doing that, and she has been a very, very wonderful customer. So, anyway, I'm not even gonna tell you her name, because I don't, you guys all probably know her, and she's mine. Okay. So when I moved to Wamego, we moved back from Arizona to Wamego. I didn't know anybody here, not a soul. So, I'm excited. I'm still selling product to all those ladies that lived in my retirement community back in Sun City, West Arizona, and things were fine. But shortly after we moved here, um, can't even remember when we moved, but within a few months, COVID hit. So then we can't go anywhere, we can't get together, we can't meet anybody. And I'm going, crapola. I got to figure out how to do something different because I didn't have a local customer base. And when you move a lot, sometimes you lose some of those customers. Thank God for the internet because it's helped keep some of those customers. But most of the time when I moved, I had to start all over with whole new people. But anyway, I started doing Facebook parties. I heard about it and I started doing those during COVID and I did very well doing those. But then it kind of ran its course and people didn't want to have Facebook parties in a group like they used to. You know, during COVID, it was great, but then it wasn't so great. And I had to figure out another way to do it without having to pick up my bags and go out. And I live in a house now that is not conducive to holding parties like I've always had before. I love, you know, I have a nice full house, have a great house, but it's got a great room right in the middle, and there's my husband, and there's the TV, and the bathroom that anybody would walk to would be in front of his TV. And we have all the rooms around the center, and you know, it's a 2,000 square foot house. It's not that big. So I can't ask my husband, who doesn't know anybody in this town, to go someplace while I have a party. And so I thought, I'm going to figure out this virtual thing. And when I first did you know, people said, try parties on Zoom. And I didn't like it. I tried a couple of them. I did not like it. So I was not going to do that. But then about a year, less than a year ago, I decided to change my attitude and try it again. And I was in a class with a $1 million director, and she said she was doing quite well with them. And I thought, okay, if she can figure it out, I can figure it out too. And I didn't have any of her materials. I just started from scratch. And so I have probably done like 150 of these in the last several months. I told people that I had been challenged to do 500, that our unit had been challenged to do 500 of these. Now, that was enough to make me gulp, you know, and so I thought, okay, my consultants will help do these. And I have had a few that have done it, but now they're good enough at it, they do their own. And which is wonderful. I'm thrilled with that. But I'm still doing them, and I love doing them. I have done up to 5 or 6 people at a time in one, and most of the time they didn't know each other. They just chose the same time, and we all grouped together. But most of them have not been parties where they invited guests. Now I keep encouraging that, and you'll kind of see what I do, but most of them have been individual appointments. Well, when I can come in here, not in a director's suit, not in a skirt, come sit down and do it and be done in 30 minutes or 45 and back out to the TV or whatever, I don't mind. I don't mind doing individual ones all day long. If I can do 2 or 3 at a time, it's better use of my time. So I'm just going to show you what I do. And I will have to say the sales have been fabulous. The last one I did, she bought right there on the spot over $300. Most of them have bought a skincare set or more. I've had a couple, 3 that haven't bought anything, you know, but we always have that. But most of them, the sales have been exceptional. Now, when I first started doing them, I did hydro sessions, and we've all heard that term. But it's too much. And Rochelle was on. I kind of did a hydro session with her last week. And she's new to Mary Kay, didn't have that background of Mary Kay where she was familiar with the skincare, and then we're adding all the others. Because she was new, I wanted to give her a crash course, and I probably blew her mind. I can't believe she's here because, you know, I thought I scared her off, you know, with what I did. She said, I'm going to need a flow chart for this. And that's really true, because the order of application, when you introduce a whole bunch of products, you know, it is a lot, and it's mind blowing. But before she placed any order, I want her to know and experience a lot of them. So what I did with her is I did my old hydro session. Well, since then, I have switched it up, and I have split that hydro session. I don't do the hydro session anymore. I do everyday skincare, then I do hydro session. Hydro session then is your masks, your serums, your clinical solutions, that sort of thing. So they've had the everyday skincare background, which is our miracle set, our repair set, the Mary Kay set. I've even done 10-year-olds on here as a Zoom, you know, so that's been fun too. And I'm going to tell you right now, I figured out last summer during the Mary Kay makeover contest that you can do Zoom glamour facials. And it was wonderful. I probably had 10 people entered in that contest, and we did all of them over Zoom. And they did a wonderful job. Their pictures were wonderful. It was great. And so then I expanded on that even to a fuller color class. So I have everyday skincare, I have hydra session, a color session, and a body care session. And I'm going, because this lady, she booked a body care session. I'm going, okay, now I got to figure out what that is. We have no samples for that, and I do samples with this. It's not the QVC style where you're just showing it. I've had them try it. Now, you can't, it's okay to do QVC, but the ones I've done have been skincare. And so for my everyday skincare, I send out, and I had my little office gal do this. She squirted into these little foil mylar packets, you know, that you crimp at the bottom. Got them on Amazon. She made 10 of each, and it's satin hands, so all three of the satin hands, satin lips, and then a lotion. I can't remember which lotion we did, but that little appointment takes about 20 minutes, and it's over. When I did a hydra session with all of the products, I could do it in 45. So we'll see how long the everyday skincare is tonight with you guys. Okay. All right. So let me look at my notes. I wrote this all out, and I've just been talking, so who knows what. Oh, and another thing with this, I have had, I would say 99.5% show up rate. No cancellations. Now, we might have had reschedules, but they did their own rescheduling on my calendar. It's been wonderful, because how many times have we had postponements and cancellations? So I love this. I've not had anybody not like it. And it's easy peasy, easy peasy.
Donna,
Okay.
what scheduling system do you use? What calendar system?
When I started, I used, when I started, I just picked out some dates and I put it on a calendar and said, and then on the form, I had them choose which time they wanted. That's how we started. Very, not very cumbersome. And I gave them a 2-month calendar. And I picked out dates that worked for me, just random dates on that calendar. Then I went to Calendly. Loved Calendly. Now I have even gone a little bit more high tech, and I have a CRM that I'm using, a Dream Machine that has the calendar looks just like Calendly. So what I love about that is I have, all right, let's just talk Calendly. I have put my Google Calendar, connected it to Calendly. So anything that's on my Google Calendar blocks off time on Calendly. And then I put buffers on it. So if I have an appointment, I want a 30-minute or an hour window on each side of it. Because what if I have to drive? What if the appointment that I had that blocked out time was in Manhattan? I have to have time to get home in order to do that next appointment. So there's all those things are built into Calendly. Then another thing that it does is it sends them reminders. It reminds them. It also sends them the reschedule button. If they need to reschedule, they just click it and reschedule, choose a different date on the calendar. So you put those things in there. And so I love that. And I use that until about 2 months ago when I switched to this other system that has built-in calendars that look just like Calendly.
Okay. I was wondering if you use Calendly. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that made me have to keep my Google Calendar up to date, so that it blocked things out. And then I quit using other calendars. Like sometimes I put something on my Apple Calendar, and then sometimes I would not put it on there at all. Well, now I put everything on there so that my calendar is accurate for somebody booking.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't have to drive, I don't have to haul anything, I don't have to worry if my house is clean, if they're gonna come here. I've done these and you set on Calendly what your schedule is going to be. I'm not a morning person. I don't want to do it at 8 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock. So on a Saturday, the first time that they can do it is 10 o'clock. I will be ready by 10 a.m. I prefer not to be, but I will. On Sunday, it's 1 or 2 in the afternoon. First of all, that's church day and people might be out to eat. So I do it like at 2 o'clock and then I end it at 5. So there's not much of a window there. But during the week, I will go clear till 10 o'clock. And you could even have it 11, because if you have people on the West Coast, then that's 9 o'clock for them. One of my favorite times to do it is in the evening at 8 or 9 o'clock, because that's when the kids are in bed. That's when she's got time she's not, her husband's watching TV and she's got some time that she can go in the bathroom and do this. So I don't mind doing late ones. I just mind doing early ones. Okay, but you set your own schedule of what's available. Okay, oh, and I have an incentive if the person will do all 4 sessions with me. So I talk about that during the sessions. I want them to schedule again. I love it that they're on the skincare, but now they need to know about the masks. And where I was doing it all at once, I figured I had this one shot with them. I'm going to pour all these products at them. Well, I have found I've sold more by splitting those 2 things up. And so then, okay, you've got skincare and supplements, but I want to sell them color too. And I found I didn't think it was possible to do that over Zoom until I did the makeover contest last year. And you can put all the samples, I'm hoarding my samples, let me say. And then I found you can put a double-ended sponge tip in there, and you can do a lip applicator. Take that on there right in the middle. When you mail things, you want any humps to be in the middle, and you want them to be up and down so that when they go, well, yeah, that's flexible. They're not doing this where it's not flexible. I've not had any trouble with any of my things going through the mail. So we'll talk about that in a second. Okay, first I send them a link to schedule and fill out a form. So if I get somebody, and this Jackie Dodson up there on the top of this thing, I'm not sure how to get rid of that. I was Googling it. That's why my camera was off when we started. But she booked one of these today with me. It's not until April 30th. And I told her, she said, I don't know how to do Zoom. I said, well, here's the link. You can test it out. I think that's how her name got up there. Anyway, she scheduled one. When they say they'll do it, then you send them your form. Now I've done it 2 ways. I used to send them the calendar first, and then I would have them do the form, because you can have a link at the end of the calendar that goes to another place, and then they'd fill out the form. Well, I decided to switch it up, and so then I made my Google form. And then they go over to the calendar and pick the date, because I thought that might be more enticing to them. So I will show you my form. So let me do a screen share real quick and let me show you what I have for a form. Let me see, where do I have it? Got to figure out where I have it.
One of your
Just a
3
minute.
screens.
Huh?
One of your 3 screens.
Yeah, but it's hidden by something else, and so I got to find it. Here we go. All right, so now I've got it. Let me share my screen. And if you have questions, just ask. Please ask. All right, here we go. Okay, do you see my form? Does it say follow up after hydrosession or not?
Mhm, mhm.
Is that what you're seeing?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So this is the form. It's a Google form. And I want the name and the beauty consultant, because my consultants can do this also and feed their people in there. It just name of the beauty consultant. I need to know who she belongs to. And, oh, wait, I'm on the wrong form. This is my follow-up. Hold on, gotta find the right form.
It did say follow up. Sorry.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, here it is. All right, here's my everyday skincare registration, and it explains a little bit here. You want their name, address, city, because you're gonna mail them samples, so you need all of that. I want it city, state, zip code. I don't want to just say, put your address in there, because trust me, you won't get exactly what you want. Cell phone, and of course, these are dotted, so they're required. Email, age, it says who invited you. That's so that I know what consultant did it. Usually they put my name. Okay, your routine. What do you currently do to take care of your skin? Check all that apply. I want to know the products that they currently use. Bottom one says I need help. I want to know what brand they're loyal to. I want to know what their skincare concerns are. I want to know their skin type, dry, 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 more dry than normal, not oily, not dry, just normal, things like that, acne, whatever. I just listed stuff. Do you feel you have large pores, medium pores, small pores? You never gave it a thought. And they'll mark whatever. Eye color, what color's your skin? I have Taylor Swift, Carrie Underwood, all these different people. That tells me whether they're very light to medium, medium to deep, so I know what CC cream to send. Now, I'm not sending a CC cream on all of these, but I keep that information. And then just for fun, which best describes you? Family oriented, detail oriented, etc. So what am I getting? DISC there. And then any comments, and then thank you. We are looking forward to your Hydro session. Be watching for your Hydro kit. I need to change that to every day, whatever, in the mail. And please let us know when it arrives. Please save it until we get together on Zoom, where we will walk you through it just by being on. You'll be entered. Okay, so I don't use this form anymore. It says $250 drawing. I don't do that anymore. When you click submit, you will see a confirmation page where you'll find a link to our calendar. Please select your best date. Be sure to click the link for the calendar as soon as you submit this form. And then people don't read. So I have this one as a required question, the calendar. I understand that I must click the calendar link once I submit this form and choose my date for the pampering, whatever on Zoom. Yes. So they have yes as the option. They have to click it. It's required. And so I've not had any person not do this when I use this form like this. So I've done it both ways, where they started the calendar and went to the form, and then I have it this where they go to the calendar. Now, where's the calendar link in settings? I have it right here. You edit the confirmation message. And what that message says is, now that you've given us this information, we need to set a date for your skincare session. Please click this link and choose your best date. So that confirmation page allows a hyperlink that will click and go to your calendar. You'll hear from us both by email and text. I've not had any trouble with anybody filling out this form. Now I'm in this other system, and the form is included with the calendar and stuff. Okay.
Donna, would you
Yes.
say those questions would be equivalent to our profile that we have customers when they have a one-on-one facial?
Yeah,
Similar?
kind of, but they're not exactly that. They're just things that I
No, they're
want
not
to
as
know.
detailed.
Yeah, and they're things I want to know that helps me know what to put in that envelope to send out to them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then what I might want to know for the future. Like if, I want to know their skin tone and that sort of thing. So you just kind of make your own questions, and I've changed my form. I've added to it and taken off and that sort of thing. So you want it to work for you. All right. Next, they get a confirmation and text to coach them. And this is what I love this. So I'm going to stop the screen share if I can figure out where. Okay, here we go. So this, I think, is what's made these hold, that I don't have anybody that cancels. And so they get these automatically. Now, you know me, I'm techie, and I use Project Broadcast. Does anybody use Project Broadcast on here? Rochelle does. She's used it for years. But if you have not used Project Broadcast, you guys are missing out. And
I'm going to.
yes, you are. And I'll teach you how because it is unbelievable. First of all, if you're a sales director, you can text your entire unit that with one little text and it goes to everybody. And it's not in a group. So they're not getting everybody else's replies. It goes to them individually and you put their name in there. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Rochelle. Hi, Angie. Hi, and everyone gets their individual text. So that's as leaders, we need that. I also use it for my customers and send out stuff, text to my customers. Rochelle does that all the time with her other business and stuff. So you guys need this. So what I've done, Project Broadcast has workflows. And so you can send out what's called a campaign. And I have this set up with my coaching. So I put in the date of their party and then everything, then I forget it. I don't have to think again because it's just going to go out. And so here's what I do. First of all, it's coming from a number they're not familiar with. It's my office texting service. So you don't know if they're looking at it or ignoring it, right? When they get an unknown number. So I have lots of these. So 7 days out. Well, first of all, they've gotten their confirmation about their booking. So hopefully they saw that. And then 7 days out, because sometimes like Jackie today just booked for the 30th. Well, that's more than 2 weeks, right? Or about 2 weeks out. So 7 days out, I say, hi, name, whatever that little dynamic field is that puts her name in there. Hi, I hope you're having a great day. I wanted to let you know that your pampering package for your everyday skincare appointment is on the way to you. I hope you've added the date and time to your calendar and set a reminder. See you next week on Zoom. That's message 1, 7 days out. 6 days out. I forgot to mention that just for being on the session, you will be entered into our monthly drawing for a $25 product gift. You get an extra entry if you actually have your camera on so I can see you. A laptop is ideal, but if you don't have one, a tablet is next best, or even your phone is perfect. You'll want to have a source of water and a washcloth, so maybe the bathroom will be an ideal spot for you. See you soon on Zoom. 5 days out. Mary Kay has a pretty cool skin analyzer, totally free. It will tell you the best products for you. And then I have the link so that they can get it. I have it on my own website with that thing, but Mary Kay, even on InTouch, there's a link that will give them both options for Android and the other, and Apple. So you could put that there. This link will give you instructions for using it and how to download it. Or you could just say, look for the name of the app at your app store. They're smart enough to know how to do that. Okay, 5 days out. Mary Kay has oh, no.
4.
Wait a minute. Please send me your results. You can do that straight from the app. Hopefully I've sent you the correct products to try. Okay, 3 days out. Hey, Susie, I am so excited to see you and it inserts the appointment time, on Monday at 7 p.m. Have you received your pampering pack in the mail yet? I'll send the Zoom link a day before the event and you'll also get it by email. 2 days out. Hey, Susie, we are setting up our monthly drawing. If you win, do you prefer skincare or makeup colors as a gift? Can't wait to see you at our appointment. Now, why did I ask that? What do you think?
Excitement, create excitement and want to be there because they're getting free product.
Yes. However, that's not my motivation for doing it. That's a great answer. And I hope that's what they think. I want to know, are they seeing my posts? Are they going to answer me? Because there's not been something for them to answer. They need to answer you so they're seeing that unknown phone number. Okay. And you've told them to put it in their contacts, but who knows if they did. But I find that they'll answer that. Oh, I might win something. Okay, I'll take skincare. And they'll just reply with that. Okay. And you can have any other question too, but that's what I use. Okay. Second text. This is, that same day, 2 days out, but it's the second text 15 minutes later. It says, oops, forgot to tell you that you get 5 additional entries for the drawing when you watch this video and let me know before your appointment. And then I have a link to, I'm using the confidence video, Mary Kay's one on confidence. It's only 3 minutes long, but kind of tells our Mary Kay story. Be sure to text me once you've watched so I can add your 5 entries to our prize wheel. See you in a couple of days. Can't wait. Okay. Then I go 1 day out. Hi, Susie. I'm so excited to see you tomorrow at blah, blah, blah time. You're going to feel so pampered. See you soon. Here's the Zoom link. So I don't give them the Zoom link until the day before because I'll probably lose it or won't know where to find it. And just click on it to get on the Zoom tomorrow. Feel free to test it to make sure you know how to get on. Let me know if you have any questions. That gal up in the corner, we booked today, and she said, I don't know how to do Zoom. I said, test it out. Here's the link. So I'm sure that's why that's there. Okay, 5 hours before. I'm so excited for your pamper session later today. Here's what you need. And I list the things I want to have. Your pampering pack, washcloth, source of water, charge device, the Zoom app, and the Zoom link. So I put those things there, and I'm missing one. I must have missed one on here because I always ask them, have you gotten your pampering pack yet? Has it arrived in the mail? Because sometimes they haven't, and we've had to reschedule just because the mail didn't get there. So that's one of my daily things in that week. Okay, and then 20 minutes before, it's a courtesy reminder. It's almost showtime. Our Zoom will start in 15 minutes. Grab your beverage of choice and see you on Zoom. I'll be on a couple minutes before it starts. Here's the Zoom link again. And then I'm also sending it to your email in case that's easier, because if they're doing it on their computer and not their phone, they need to be able to click it from an email instead of, okay, it's on text. How do I get it to my computer? So I just try to make it easy for them. Okay, so that's all the prep stuff that I do. And the way I do it now, it's all automated. So I just put it in and then we go. Now, on what I mail to them, okay, I used to do this. I'll show you what I did. Okay, first of all, I have these envelopes. They're the perfect size. I think it's A6 envelopes. They're like a birthday card size, kind of, but they're A6. And this fits in the packet. Now, you see that I cut it. I have here's a repair set. So when you get the repair set, it's like this. Okay, it's this long. And you have these 2 things here, the instruction, the drug things here. I cut it right down here and slide the drug stuff behind it and double stick tape it. Okay, and I do the same thing here with the miracle set. The miracle set's a little smaller, and I double stick tape that, and then on the back, I used to have, this was my hydro packet, and here's the back of it. Had lots of products on here, Serum C, charcoal mask, the gel mask, the eye cream, microderm, and those were the things. And we used all of those. And now this is my packet. It's the miracle set with microdermabrasion and eye cream. Here's an eye cream over here, or no, over here. Okay, double stick tape. Now, this will fit into this A6 envelope, and it will go for 1 stamp. Okay, and then on the back of it, I have these labels. Do not open until your hydro session. Now, they were all called hydro sessions, so I have some others that I have one that's don't open until your body care session. Don't open until your color session. And, I think the curiosity of that, I would have to say, most people have not opened it. They follow directions, but it goes right here on the back, right here. And it's over the seal of this envelope. And they bring their packet to the thing and they go, can I open it now? So I love that. I think it's made them hold better because of the curiosity with what's in there. And, okay. So, what we're going to do now, oh, I will tell you that the repair set, okay, this one right here needs to be taped on. I cut it so you could see that they were cut. And now, gotta figure it out here. I think it goes like this. I was gonna double stick tape it, so I had it. Okay, and you wanna kind of line it up, make sure it's lined up. And then on the back, I have facial peel. Now, because this is longer, it goes in a number 10 envelope. But I have pretty pink ones. I bought pretty pink ones on Amazon. But see, they'll fit in there. It fits perfectly in there. Again, it may be, I'm not sure, you have to weigh it. I would take them to the post office the first time when you get your label on there, do not open. Make sure that it's not a 2-ounce stamp, that it needs the extra ounce. But it might, I can't remember. I know this one that had all the goodies on it went for a 2-ounce stamp. But I think my ones that are slimmed down might just go for a 1 forever stamp, but double check it. And everyone has gone through the mail, not a single one has squished open or anything. And I did ask ChatGPT about this, and he's my friend. And he told me that when you have something thick like that, you want to put the thickest in the middle. So like if I'm double layering some things, I tend to put more in the middle than out here on the edges. And because then it'll go through the machine, and as long as it'll slide down that slotted thing and it's not too fat, it'll go. That's why I haven't had any trouble with color ones going when I put those applicators, tape them to the middle of my samples. They've all gone without any trouble. Okay, any questions on that? I think that's all of my prep stuff.
What size envelope did you say it was?
Which one? This one?
Um,
That's an A6.
A6?
A6 is the size. It's envelopes are named A6, A7, whatever. This is a number 10, which is a regular legal letter, whatever you call these letters, number 10. It's the same one. And I always get envelopes where I just peel off this. I don't want to lick anything. So they have to have that. Okay. All right, are you ready to do it real quick? And we're gonna start
Ready.
this time.
Hurry.
Okay, I'm sorry. Where is my, gotta bear with me, girls. When I'm ready, when I'm doing just people and not explaining anything, it's all set up and it's all ready to go. But I've gone back and forth with some things, so you're gonna have to bear with me here. And I have my script on my iPad, so it's real close to me and I can just kind of prop it up on my thing. And I set my iPad so it doesn't time out on me, you know, so I don't have to keep clicking it. So, all right, I'm so excited to see all of you girls here. Do you have your envelopes? You have your envelopes? Okay. All right, I want you to open them up. Go ahead and open them up. What did I do with my other one here? Okay, we're going to pretend like this is it. Okay, go ahead and open them, and you can go ahead and start tearing them apart. They're just double stick taped together. So just start tearing, you know, be careful as you tear them down, and we're going to go ahead and do that. I have a question for you. What percent of skincare damage is genetic and just a natural part of aging? And that would be like fine lines and wrinkles, uneven skin tone, texture issues, loss of elasticity, dullness of the skin. What would you say the percent of skin damage that is genetic and just naturally because you're getting older? What do you think? Angie, what do you think?
Probably 46%.
It's a good answer. Actually, it's 20%. 20% is due to the natural aging process. The rest is a result of external stressors, UV rays, blue light, pollution, stress, lack of sleep, diet, and smoking. Now, These samples that you have here are what we call our everyday skincare. It's every single day, day in, day out, morning and night skincare. It's the most important thing that you can do is your everyday skincare. Sure, there's all these things advertised out there. Mary Kay has them too. That do this and they target that and they do that, but those do you no good if you're not using everyday skincare morning and night. And we're talking good skincare. Do you realize that Mary Kay was the very first company ever to have a skincare system? Prior to Mary Kay in 1963, there was soap and cold cream. A little of this and a little of that, and that's all women had to use. And Mary Kay revolutionized skincare by putting a set together that did things that back in those days, the soft hide tanner's hands. So you'll notice that on the samples I gave you, there's a couple of things on the back. So I want you just to kind of separate all of them, and we're going to be using them all tonight. These products are perfect for early to moderate signs of aging. Now, if I have both skincare sets of people here, I will kind of do back and forth. And I have made a script. This script, I have a morning script, I have an afternoon script, and I have an evening script because I didn't want to have to think. Okay, the day cream, or today we're going to use the day cream and we're not going to use the night. And okay, this one's the night, we're not going to, So I just made it easy for myself. And I pull up, if it's a morning class, we use that one. If it's an evening class, I use that one. Okay, so these products are perfect. They improve hydration and skin softness, fine lines and wrinkles, firmness, skin texture, radiance, and healthy glow. And some of you are oily, you're combo to oily, because you told me that on the form, and others of you are normal to dry. Now, you can tell on the back of your little packet, see if it has a pink strip right here, that means it's for normal to dry. If yours has a purple strip on the back, that's combo to oily. So hopefully I sent you the right things based on what you told me on your form. Our products are paraben-free and hyperallergenic. So what I want you to do before we cleanse our face, because that little packet, the cleanser, is the one we're going to use first. And then I want to show you a couple of products that I wasn't able to send samples for. So if you have eye makeup on, and if you're lucky enough and you have our oil-free eye makeup remover, go ahead and remove your eye makeup right now. But I just want to tell all of you about this product. If you haven't ever seen it before, this is our #1 best-selling product. One of these is sold every 5 seconds, someplace in the world. It is that popular. And you might be able to see that there's a little line there. There's 2 layers, and you have to shake it up for this stuff to work. So it looks foamy like that when you put it on a cotton ball. It's not clear like you saw before. So be sure to shake it. And I usually give it another shake before I squirt it a second time for the other eye. All right, the other product that I want to share with you is the micellar water. Oh my goodness, I love micellar water. And if you're gonna mop your floor, let's just be real here. If we're gonna mop the floor, what do you do before you mop the floor? You get your broom out and you sweep up all the crumbs that are on the floor, right? You don't mop without sweeping first. Well, we sweep before we mop. That's what this product is. So you put it on your cotton ball and you go all over your face. And what this product does is it actually breaks down the makeup so that it just sweeps it away. So when you cleanse with your cleanser that we're going to be doing here in a second, you've already gotten that makeup pretty much off. So when you cleanse, you're not mushing around makeup. You're actually cleaning your skin and cleaning your pores, okay? So these 2 things are amazing products, and I wanted to tell you about them. Okay, so go ahead and now I don't know if you guys are just going to watch or if you're going to do, but if you're going to do, just go ahead and get your cleanser and let's clean your face, okay? So tell me, are you going to do or are you not? Not, okay? All right, we're just going to keep going. All
I'm
right,
gonna take
so
notes.
while they're doing that, I keep talking. I said, this cleanser, it's called 4-in-1 cleanser. Looks like this. Usually they're doing and they're not looking, so I kind of hold it up again when they have a chance to see, this is what the cleanser looks like. Now, in your little packet, you probably can get at least 2 applications, maybe 3. So you want to save the little packets and use them tomorrow morning also. But this is called 4-in-1 cleanser. And besides cleansing, it does 4 things. It cleanses. It has a built-in toner. It has brighteners, and it has can you feel the little gritties, as you're kind of cleansing your face? They're not major gritties, but that you can feel some little gritties in that cleanser. That's for gentle exfoliation. Now, in my opinion, it's not enough exfoliation. We're going to do some major exfoliation here in a second, but it has a little bit. So if you don't use the other, at least it gives you a little bit of exfoliation. All right, so go ahead and rinse that off, and then we'll get ready for the next step. Okay, next step. All right, we are going to do microdermabrasion. Now that's that pretty little packet. It had 2 things attached. So I want you to tear those apart. And I don't know why, but pore minimizer's on the left and the refine is on the right. We're going to use refine first and pore minimizer second. Excuse me. So we want the one that says refine. So would you go ahead and get that one ready? I like to call it a Snapchat filter in a bottle. So it just makes your skin look so smooth and polished and everything. It polishes and energizes the skin, reduces blackheads, acne scars, fine lines, wrinkles, and uneven skin texture. So I want you to wet your face, put some water on your face. Your face has to be wet to do this. We're not going to grind, we are going to polish. So you have to have that water. In fact, that's why I like to do this in the shower. I put this little tube, wrong tube. Here it is. I put my microdermabrasion tube in the shower because your face has to be wet. It's easy peasy in there, and you scrub for 1 minute. So put a little bit of that product in your hand on your wet face and scrub, scrub, scrub. Now the little gritties that are in here are exactly the same ingredients that you would get at a med spa or a dermatologist's office where they're going to do microdermabrasion. Now they have a fancy machine that does it, but our machine is our hands. So how long you scrub, how hard you scrub, where you scrub is all based on your tools right here. And so just scrub, scrub, scrub. You want to get around your nose and, don't get it in your eye, but go all over on your chin, just scrub. We're supposed to scrub for about 1 minute, but how long you do it is totally up to you. Sometimes I scrub longer than others. And then you rinse your face. So as soon as you're finished scrubbing, go ahead and rinse that off. Now, when you were younger, and see, I've got a minute because they're doing this, so then I talk. When you were younger, there's a natural turnover of dead skin cells. Your skin exfoliates and sloughs off naturally. Well, it used to when you were young. But the older we get, the slower that is. It does not slough off like we would love for it to, like it did when we were younger. And so we have to help it with exfoliating products. Probably this is the #1 extra product you can get is an exfoliator. Now, new baby cells grow deep in your skin, and as soon as they're born, you're kind of like the turtles that know directly when they are born, they go straight for the ocean. Well, these baby cells start climbing to the surface of your skin. But by the time they get to the skin, they're dead. And we have layers of dead skin cells, especially because we're not sloughing it off like we did when we were kids. And so you cannot get moisturizers and things down beneath the layers of dead skin cells. So we've got to get them off so all those other products can work deep in our skin where they're supposed to work. So this is why we want this. Now, we have another product called facial peel, and it's this product right here. It's another exfoliator. These are 2 exfoliators. I love this one. It's a little bit I just lost my train of thought, you guys. Okay, it's a chemical peel where this is a physical peel. I love this product. It goes like 3 or 4 layers deep, goes much deeper in the skin and actually breaks apart the bonds that hold those dead skin cells in. So I love to use this one, but I keep one of these in the shower anyway because if I forget, it's been a few days since I've done this, I can do this quickly in the shower. So it's totally up to you. 1 minute in the shower, 10 minutes and rinse off. Totally up to you. Either one works. And what I love about our products, even though this product right here is is in the same line as our advanced signs of aging products, the repair set, all of our products can be mixed and matched. So if you can use parts of one from one set and mix it with the miracle set, totally up to you. Okay. Oh, and we will try this product at the Hydra session. So it's one of our 4 sessions that we have. This one is everyday skincare, but we have a Hydra session where you'll get to try masks and serums and all those extra things that just, you're going to love it. Okay. Go ahead and make sure you've rinsed off that. And now the second product that is on there is our pore minimizer. It's that second little packet. So what I want you to do is go ahead and add that to your skin. Now, you do not have large pores. You remember I asked that question on there. And you might think, I don't have large pores. Why do I need a pore minimizer? Well, first of all, it's part of the microdermabrasion set because it's one of our most soothing and comforting products that we have. It's amazing for calming down the skin. You've roughed it up with the microdermabrasion. Now we want to soothe it and calm it down. But you may be someone that does have large pores. So rather than just use this, because you use the microdermabrasion about 2 to 3 times a week, but you could use this not just after that, you could use it morning and night. And it feels, and literally it shrinks pores. I'm one that has very large pores. I didn't think it was possible to shrink pores, but that product works if you use it morning and night, more than just after microdermabrasion. Okay, any questions on anything so far? All right, you've got your pore minimizer on, and now it's time to go ahead and put on, well, it's nighttime, we're getting you ready for bed. And so we're going to apply the nighttime recovery. And this is what it looks like. And you can see the little beads in there. I love this product. It feels so amazing. So you're going to be putting it all over your skin where you had the pore minimizer right on top of it. But these little beads that are in there, they're filled with all sorts of antioxidants, peptides. Where am I? Yes, hold on. Looking for it. I redid my thing today so that took out a lot of Hydra sessions, and because I don't use this script anymore, I've got another script. Okay, where is it? Okay, here we go. Nighttime recovery. Okay, see the packet it's right beside it. It's the daytime defender. You're going to save that for tomorrow morning. But tonight we're going to use this because we're getting you ready for bed. And the nighttime recovery has these little beads, and these beads are filled with resveratrol and vitamins and peptides and all those anti-aging things. And they're suspended in chamomile extract. And y'all know you drink chamomile tea before you go to bed. It helps get you ready for bed. And it's soothing and it's calming before you go to sleep. Well, these beads in here are your anti-aging things. So as they come up through that little spout and they come through the pump, it breaks them open. And why does it do that? Because as air touches those kinds of ingredients, they start to degrade. So if you just whip some up and put it in a product, and then it sat on the warehouse, and then it was shipped to the store, and then you bought it, and then you set in your drawer, and you're putting it on, it's had a lot of time to degrade and not be as powerful. But these are encapsulated so no air can get to them until you pump them out and they go straight onto your face. And what they do is they help repair wrinkles, fine lines, and sagging skin. So that's what we want, right? All right, after you've applied that, the next thing you want is your antioxidant moisturizer. So go ahead and put that on. Again, it has a purple stripe if you're combo to oily. It has a pink stripe if you're normal to dry. And this moisturizer, you use it both morning and evening. It's an antioxidant moisturizer. It will moisturize your face for 12 hours. You use the same moisturizer morning and evening. Now, the day solution that you're going to save for tomorrow morning, and don't worry, because you don't have to remember what goes on in what order, because I will send you by text as soon as we finish the order of application. So you'll get that. But anyhow, this little product right here, the Daytime Defender, protects from the sun damage. It also protects from blue light. It does all of the other anti-aging things that we need during the day. So you don't ever want to forget this. Okay, now you've got a little packet of eye cream. So go ahead and put that on. And when you put eye cream on, you put it on this brow bone up here. You do it out here on the side, and you do it under your eyes. We don't put it down on the lid. The heat from your body will cause it to migrate down onto your lid. It'll get where it's supposed to go. But if you put it on your lid, then it might migrate right into your eye and it'll sting. It's not going to hurt it, but it might sting. So put it up here on the brow bone and it will melt down to where it needs to go. Put it out here, put it underneath your eye. Okay? Now, I might mention to you, whoops, hold on. I always have this here. This is how our miracle set comes. And you'll notice it's got the cleanser, the day and the night, and the moisturizer in here. It doesn't have the eye cream. Now, we always had eye cream as part of it because it's extremely important. We're not saying it's not important, and that's why it's not in here. Mary Kay did this because we asked him to. And the reason is your eye cream will last you a long time. It lasts much longer than these other products in here. And so when women like buying the set because they can save a little bit of money when they buy all four things together. But what was happening is they were getting way too many eye creams. So we said, Mary Kay, please take it out so people can take advantage of the sales that they get, the savings that they get when they buy the set. And we'll sell them the eye cream as an extra product. So that's why it's not in there. It's not because it's not important. So make sure that you use your eye cream. It works on tired eyes. It firms up the eye area, works on fine lines, under eye puffiness, and dark circles. Okay, everyday skincare, like I said, is the most important thing of all. And I told you can mix and match. Well, I hope you're so curious about our other products that you'll turn around and schedule that Hydra session where you'll get to try the masks and the serums and learn about even our gold standard of skincare, which is retinol. But we always, like I said, start with skincare. So let's review for just a minute here. First of all, I don't want you to, I already said that. Okay, and sometimes I screw up like this in my thing, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be perfect. Okay, so this is a set. I'm going to show you how you use it. So first of all, tomorrow morning, you're going to cleanse your face. We cleanse our face morning and night. And then we apply, because it's tomorrow morning, we're going to apply moisturizer. And then we're going to put on our day solution. It takes two minutes maybe to do this in the morning. And then tomorrow night, hopefully you'll still have enough in your little packet. Tomorrow night, you can use the cleanser again, but you put on the night solution. The nighttime recovery goes in between. So this is in between, but in the daytime, it's like this. And like I said, I will send you the instructions so you don't have to rack your brain and memorize it. And that's where I show, I have a roll-up bag. I forgot to bring it in here. I have a roll-up bag and I show them the roll-up bag. Okay. One of the things I want you to know is that we are the #1 best-selling brand of skincare in the world for the last 3 years. So I want to just finish this up by showing you some pictures, some before and after pictures. They're really great. Let me get my screen going here and then I'll find where the darn pictures are. Okay. I have to bring it over here. I got a new computer and it doesn't work quite as well as it used to. Okay, so, do you see a picture of the miracle set there? Okay. All right, so these are, you tried the set on the left. That's what it looks like. Now, if we need to tweak what you have at all, and maybe you think I really have more advanced signs of aging, you may want to do this again, trying our repair set. And that's what it looks like on the side, on the right side. All right, so here are some before and after pictures. This gal used the repair set for 22 days, and look at the difference in her before and after. Isn't that amazing? This gal also used the repair set. You know, I have lots of women say to me, it's too late for me. There's no hope. I have too many wrinkles. But I'm here to tell you, take a look at this picture. It's never too late. And I know this gal. She'd been using Mary Kay for years, our wonderful skincare that we became famous for. But as soon as the repair set came out and she used it for 3 months, look at the difference between her before and her after. And this gal, look at the crepey neck and how the repair set helped with that. All right, this is what you guys tried tonight, the miracle set. And this is a younger girl. Now remember, the miracle set is for 18 up to 45, 50, something like that. Actually, it's good skincare for an 80-year-old. It is great skincare. So, but it's for early signs of aging. The other set is for advanced signs of aging. So if you've got more wrinkles, deeper wrinkles, age spots, things like that, you might want the other one. But this is a young girl, and look at the difference. And look at this gal. Now, I think her skin looks very dry on the left, and look how much more moist it looks on the right. She might do well with the repair set, but the miracle set did wonders. And here's a younger girl. Look, her acne's actually improved a little bit. When you get rid of those dead skin cells, even acne will get better. And this is one of our men who used the miracle set for 5 weeks. Isn't that wonderful? Now let's move on to microdermabrasion, which is one of the products she tried. She has some blackheads and things going on her nose below, but look how much microdermabrasion helped by cleaning those pores out, getting rid of dead skin cells, which allows even oily skin to flow, so it's not going to back up and become infected. Microderm is wonderful. It'll also help smooth and improve melasma or age spots, that sort of thing, darker skin from the sun damage. And even acne scarring can be improved. Now that doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to exfoliate enough to smooth that out, but it does work. Another one with some breakouts and stuff, and how much smoother her skin looks when she gets rid of dead skin cells. Now here's a gal that has a difference from using the glycolic acid, the exfoliator that is 10 minutes versus the 1 minute. Okay, and here's the same. Melasma is improved with any exfoliator. Okay, so exfoliation. Microdermabrasion is on the left. The repair facial peel is on the right. Either one of them is fabulous. 1 minute in the shower or 10 minutes and then rinse off. It's your choice. All right, now I want to thank you so much for being on. You don't have to buy a single thing. I just want you to know it's my job just to let you try it. But if there's something that you think, oh my gosh, I really like this stuff, I would love to have it. I would at least like to show you how it comes. So I have 3 sets here, the Queen Collection, the Princess, and the Duchess. And so let me just show you in a bigger picture. First of all, I want to show you about a fabulous roll-up bag. We're famous for this bag, and it rolls up, hangs on, and I usually show them. I have one that I have right here, and I showed them earlier in the party, but then they see it again. Okay, so here's our Queen Collection. It includes our bag, plus the eye cream, plus the microdermabrasion, and it has our foundation primer, our CC cream, which is a fabulous lightweight foundation that you will love, and the applicator, the the brush that you apply it with. With this set, you get it for, you get the travel roll-up bag also. And, okay, get this out of the way. All right, and it's $2.99. It's regularly $3.22. Our next set is our Princess Collection. It's $1.99. It's $230 value. You get the Miracle Set, the eye cream, and the microdermabrasion. So basically what you guys tried today. Then our third set is the $99 Duchess Collection. It's regularly $128. It is this bag. It's everything in the bag. It does not include the eye cream. But you could always get that. Now, I will send you this sheet afterwards so that you've got it to look at. But I do want to say that, you know, this was a wonderful first date. But I don't want you to be a one-night stand. Let's have a second date. And we have 4 options. We did the skincare tonight, but there's a hydra session. I know you'll love that. A color session is fun, try some new lipsticks and that sort of thing. And then we have a body care session also. Now, if you do all 4 sessions, then we have a great prize for you, a great gift that we will give to you. Now, also, I want you to be entered into our monthly drawing. So we have a monthly drawing of everybody that does one of these hydra sessions. And so I need to fill out a form because it goes with all of our others. And I track it on a spreadsheet. So I have to fill out this form. I can either do it now or I can call you tomorrow. What's better for you? And if I have a group like this, I would not even offer that. I would just say, I need to call you to fill out the form. And that's where the $250 was, because I used to do $250 because we were doing lots of them and they were in that. Nobody ever told me no, that they didn't want to be in the drawing. So I've done it now monthly, and I did have $25 Amazon gift card, but I thought, why aren't I just doing product, you know, myself? So I haven't had anybody say no on this either. And then I say, thank you so much. Now, if it's just one-on-one and we haven't done all this talking and it's gotten too late, I would see if she wants to do it right then and there. And I have it pulled up on my phone. It's a Google form. It asks all the closing questions, and it even asks, hey, in your wildest dreams, would you ever consider doing something like I do? And then I keep talking and I go, no, I would never consider it. B is, you know, whatever, and C, and they tell me right then and there on the, one of them is $35. That's a no-brainer. Sign me up. And you would be amazed at how many people say tell me more on that. So I was doing just a form where they could fill out. I mean, I did this, and then when I got my new system, it was just a form that automatically went and they filled it out and they would tell me what they wanted to buy and all that. But I wasn't getting the recruiting that I got when I called them on the phone and I asked them those questions. So I'm going to go back to this form. Okay, I'm done. Is there any questions? I know I took too long.
No, I loved it. Thank you very much.
Welcome. I didn't see who said that.
That was me, Angie. Sorry.
Oh, Angie. Okay, great. Great.
No, and I've been wanting to do something like this and just have it stopped, I think, long enough to process it all. I get overwhelmed with it all. So you've got it broke down pretty simple.
Yeah. You know, you have to make your form and you have to, and you don't have to do any of this. I mean, I want a form and have it on a form so I don't have to think about it. I want them to fill it out. But everything can be done by hand in the old fashioned way. It's just, but I want the bookings done with the calendar. I want the reminders sent out. I don't want to have to do them. I don't want to have to go, oh, it's 3:00 on 3 days out. I got to send this text. You know, I don't want to have to do that. And it will all automate if you use Project Broadcast. So.
Hey, Donna,
Yes.
how do we find these before and after pictures? Because that was pretty mind blowing.
Here's how I found them. I Googled, I searched, I
Oh.
went through director tips, I did, all that stuff. But most of them I just found Googling. But I'll share them. They're out there. They are out there.
Mhm.
And I, made sure that they were Mary Kay pictures.
Right.
Most
Because
of them are on
that
director tips.
alone is a good close. I mean, just seeing
Yeah.
that visual. If they weren't sold trying it, then they see those before and after
Yeah.
pictures. I mean, that would certainly maybe
Mhm.
like, all right, I need to do this.
Yeah. And it's just been wonderful. I have it's made me not want to go out and even have anybody at my house because I do have a Mary Kay room with product and stuff, but it's small. But if I need water, then I have to walk in front of Bill and, then we have to close the door because the TV's right there. And so I don't want to do that.
Mhm,
This is too easy.
mhm.
I would never tell my consultants, Rochelle didn't hear that. I would never tell my consultants not to go do face-to-face like we've done for all those years, but this is too easy.
And
So
when
do
you, oh,
oh,
sorry. Oh, when you mail your stuff to, you said you mail it a week ahead. Have you ever had somebody not get their
Mail it
pack-
like 10 days. My
10
calendar
days.
is set that they can't book any closer than 10 days out.
Okay.
Because I need time for me to go, oh yeah, I got to get that out. And I don't like it when it's booked out 3 weeks because then I procrastinate. I don't want it to go too soon, where they might lose it. And so then I have little reminders, I have little task reminders to get that out. And I have a little tracking system, that I've had ever since I did my Facebook ones, that I track everything in a notebook, who it is. So I know exactly how many of these we've done and how many I did. I even how much they bought and, because I wanted to know, was this a worthwhile thing to do? And I can tell you it definitely is.
Do you have some of that stuff on your unit website still? Or do you still do your unit website?
I have my unit website. It still has the stuff from 1998 on there, so I've never taken anything off. I just add to it. There's a lot of stuff that I have, probably have not put there that I probably could put there. And I do have a little app that the girls have that have my most current stuff on this little app thing.
Mhm.
That probably it should be put up there on my website, but if you tell me something, I can probably get it. Now,
I would say you've always had good tracking.
the tracking sheets are still on my website.
Okay.
They are there.
Okay. Okay.
And it's called the Happy Planner because they fit in the Happy Planner,
Okay. Gotcha.
but that is there.
Yeah, you've always had good. I've always appreciated what all you share, and it's no wonder that you've been Go Give because of and I like the technology side of things, to have things there and readily available. So, yeah.
Yeah. Anything else?
so how do you always do the everyday with just the time wise miracle? Is that just your go-to? You don't do the time wise repair on 50 plus? What?
They fill out the form and they tell me what their skin type is. I know their age. I know if they're 65 or if they're 35. And so then I personally am not one to believe that every girl from 20 on up should be on the repair set. I know a lot of, top directors, they push that repair set. And I don't know. I just don't, for me, because I was an oily girl, oily skin. And I was over 50 before I could even put on, or 60 maybe, before I could wear the day cream that's in the repair set. It was too rich for me. And so I don't want some 28-year-old girl go on this stuff, besides it's expensive, that it just feels too greasy on my face.
Mhm.
But my daughter used the miracle set, but she used the lifting serum out of the repair set for a long time when she was in her 30s. So I like to, talk about that kind of thing. But I think for simplicity, and I'm doing these, There is not a thing wrong with the Miracle Set. It is a wonderful set. And then if they want to upgrade, they can go to the repair set. I talk about that, show pictures about that. But if she's a woman that's in her 50s, 60s, 70s, I send her the repair set. But also, I try to let them know, because this has happened to me. Somebody gets all excited, they buy the repair set, but then they don't reorder it because it's so expensive for them. They don't have the budget for that. So why not sell them something they can consistently use and not feel like they can't afford, than to have them buy it once and then go, I can't, Mary Kay's too expensive, I can't buy it. Because the repair set's almost double what the Miracle Set is.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's just the way my brain works.
That makes me question, Donna, back on the project broadcast on like day 5 out is when you do the skin analyzer. Is there a reason why you don't do the skin analyzer when you're booking them?
I had to throw that in because the skin analyzer, I needed one more day of, doing something. And I did not do the skin analyzer prior to the last couple of months.
Mhm.
And I have found a lot of people will not download that skin analyzer and do it. I mean, do you have lots of people do it?
I've had last month I had 2 do it and they loved it. I mean, it was
That's
overwhelming.
wonderful.
It was overwhelming to them. And I told them, I said, it's going to be overwhelming when you get the results. But what it's doing is it's telling me where you need to be. And it gives us a starting point. I said,
Okay.
it means more to me than it will to you.
Yes, and I totally agree. But I don't want to overwhelm them at the beginning
Yeah.
of my booking.
And I can see that
So
too.
why not do that later? And you'll still get the information. Right now, I just want them on this right here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just be on skincare, cleanser, moisturizer. Hopefully, day and night solution even better.
Mm-hmm.
But if we overwhelm them, in my opinion, from the beginning, they'll just forget it. It's too much.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why when I was doing all this, they loved it. Their faces felt amazing,
Mm-hmm.
but it was too much. I sell more when I've split it up. Because they got on this at $116,
Mm-hmm.
and I gave them a deal, $99. They
Mm-hmm.
got on this, and now they've been using it at least 10 days because they can't book the second one until they've been out at least, 10, and usually it's a month later or whatever when they do the next one. Now we're going to hit them with charcoal mask, which everybody loves, charcoal mask, serum C and E, and those other things that feel amazing. And I used to do all of that with this. And then they go, oh, I love that charcoal mask. So what did they buy? They bought a charcoal mask.
Mm-hmm.
What I want them to buy was the cleanser and moisturizer. That's what they needed.
Okay.
That's just my thoughts.
Yeah. I see both sides of it, but I see how you can use that skin analyzer then at day 5, like you've got, then you can use the results as part of the closing and to get that next booking to really then hone in on what the skin analyzer is saying. So,
Right.
Yeah.
It's interesting though how few people I've actually had that
Really?
when I send that out that do the skin analyzer. I don't get enough people doing it,
Yeah.
but it's there,
Yeah.
It's an offer, but I can talk about that more individually with them, especially before the hydro session.
Right.
A lot of times it comes back and it tells you need $500 worth of product.
Right.
And they go, okay, I can afford this.
Yeah.
I just want them on $116 worth of stuff.
Gotcha. And on your Calendly, did you use just the free part of it? Or did you buy when you were using
I
Calendly?
did, when I first started, when I really wasn't using Calendly, I had it, but I wasn't really using it. I was in the free version. But when I started doing this, I paid for it because it was like $12 a month or something like that.
Right.
Because then I had everyday skincare booking, hydrosession booking, you know,
Okay. Okay.
and
That's,
then you have to pay in order to have more.
yeah.
And you have to pay if you want to have groups. And so if you want to open it up to 5 people or 20 people, I had it up to 50 people. I'd do 50 at a time. Why not?
Mhm.
Then you have to pay for that too.
Okay. Okay. I haven't, it's been a while since I've used it. So I knew there were some limitations with the free and
You
the
can
paid.
start with one session. So if you just wanted to call it a session
Mm-hmm.
and everybody goes through the same one, and then you can do it with free.
Okay.
It might be a wise way to start out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And is that just an app? Is that Calendly is just an
I
app?
do it always on, I'm a computer girl, so I do it on the web,
Okay.
but I think you can get it on your.
Yeah, it can be, I think it is you can download it as an app, but
Michelle, if you need to leave, don't feel like you have to stay here, okay? You're muted.
There we go. Yeah, I'm probably going to bounce here. I had just walked in the door and was trying to eat my dinner at the
Oh, no.
beginning, so
Feel
I'm
free to
going to
go.
take my dog out. But thank you. That was really good. I'm amazed. You are so knowledgeable, and you do a great job.
Thank you. Thank you, Michelle.
All right. Bye bye.
She's my massage therapist.
Yep,
Oh,
I am.
oh, nice.
If only
Right.
we could do that virtually.
yeah.
Right. I know that's really hard to do virtually. All right. It's nice meeting you all.
Thank you.
Nice to
Uh-huh.
meet you. Good luck.
Bye bye.
So, any other questions?
I can't think of anything, but Donna, that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep. And the friend that asked you to do it had to bite the dust, obviously. So thank you, Donna, because she's not on. So obviously she's in the car and it's not going to talk when the other person's in the car, as we know.
That was on.
Huh?
Who was Nancy that was on?
That might have been Nancy Sendall.
Oh, okay.
Oh, didn't
Yeah.
even see that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wondered
She
that
was
too.
on for a little bit. I bet that was Nancy Sendall.
Yeah, it said iPhone, so I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, she always does that.
Well,
Well,
thank you
it's
very
always
much,
good
Donna.
to see you, Donna.
You
I know
too.
Rita's very appreciative of this and she's been very excited for this. So thank you. Thank you. I'm sure
You're
she will
welcome.
have
I
a
will
lot
just
more
say-
questions for you.
I'll just say one more thing if you.
That's an understatement.
What, one more thing?
No. 5,000 questions, but she already had to deal with Donna the other day, and you did too. And I just get the tail end because I'm not getting into it. I've learned. I'll let you guys do that. I have other things I deal with.
One of the things, here was my vision of this entire thing. I call it the spa suites. So you guys are in my spa suites. Okay.
Right.
And so my thought was, my hope was to have, you know, my consultants aren't doing facials, right? I mean,
Not just yours. That'd be called.
yeah, it's kind of a
People aren't
thing,
doing them.
yeah. And so I thought, and another thing, I'll tell you something else. I'm just going to stop the recording here.